Welcome to lesson 22. This is rounding and estimating. Now we're going to look at it in its most basic form today, how to round a number to the nearest 10 or 100 or 1,000. However, that skill of rounding and estimating you need to take further and make sure you're using in all your math. It's something that you should be quick to be able to do and estimate and see if your problem is close to what would make sense. Okay, your answer is close to what would make sense in the problem. Okay? A lot of the great math students who are just really good at math, they don't just rush through their work and just accept any answer they get. They look at the answer and go, does this make sense with this problem? Okay? And a lot of times it helps you catch yourself and go, wait, this doesn't make any sense. I need to rework this problem out and try again to a number that would make more sense. So please commit to estimating almost every problem you do. Just take a quick glance at it and go, this number should be about 3,000 or about 500. And whatever that about is, once you work it out, if you got close, chances are you're probably right. But please practice estimating. Now let's take a look at it in rounding in the most basic form. Now, rounding in the nearest 10, we'll just start with number 1 in your reteach says to round to the nearest 10 of 54. So when it asks you to round to a number, a good method would be to just kind of mark that number, underline it or circle it. Okay, just you could after a while you might be able to do this in your head, but mark the number, the nearest 10. The 5 is in the tens place. Now that's the number that might change or stay the same. All the numbers that came before it, okay, ones in this one, all the numbers that came before it turn to zeros. Okay. So if this number was maybe 256, and I want to round to the nearest 10, this is the tens, all the numbers that came before it will be zeros. And all the numbers before it, on the other side of it, will stay the same. So already I know that this number is going to be 2 something 0. And this number is going to be, there's nothing there, something 0. Okay? The circled number is what you need to decide to change or not. Now the rule is, if the number before it is 5 or more, you need to go up. 5 is your magic number. 5 or more means you go up. Okay? So this after it has a 6. A 6 is higher than a 5, so we want to go up. So the 5 will change to a 6. Now this one has a 4. Now it's less than 5, right? So students sometimes want to go down. You do not go down, the number just stays the same. Okay? So the only time you change the number is if it's 5 or more and you want to go up. But this number after it has a 4, so 5 will stay the same. So 54 rounded is 50. And what it's saying is by the tens, because we're rounding by tens, that 54 is closer to 50 than it is to 60. So you look at the number right below it and the number right above it. 54 is closer to being to 50 than 60, right? Let's try it again using the same method. Number 4 is 85. Round to the nearest 10. So something with a 0. And this 5 is going to turn the 8 into what? Is it going to make it go up to 9 or stay at 8? 5 is your magic number. Causes the number to go up to 90. Okay? Let's take a look at it in multiplication. So on your problems it says estimate each calculation. Okay, they want you to kind of predict, estimate each calculation by rounding 2-digit factors to the nearest 10. So I have 96 times 4 for one of my problems. Okay, they want you to round the 2-digit numbers. This one, don't worry about the 4, you're not going to make it a 0. Okay? Estimate the 2-digit numbers to the nearest 10 before multiplying. Well, right away, 96 is about how much? Okay? Rounding, right? It's about 100, isn't it? 4 times that would be 400. Okay? So let's just check. That's a 9, that's our tens. The number after it is a 6, causing this to go up. Now 9 going up would have to turn into a 10. And any numbers after the 10 spot would be zeros. So 10 times 4 equals 400. And that's what they're asking you to do in your work. They're asking you to round it before you multiply. Okay? All right? And the practice of this is saying that if you got 96 times 4 on a test or homework, and you worked it out and you got 302, you should automatically, quickly go, that's wrong. That has to be wrong because this should be about 4 times 100, that's 400. My answer should be close to 400. You should see that right away when you're doing your math. Okay, so then when you get your answer, you're quick to go, 300, high 300s, this is probably right. Or you get 25. Something went drastically wrong, right? So please use estimating in your math, and I'm sure it'll really help you improve your grade and just become a better math student all around. If you have any questions, come and see me. I'd be glad to help.